Alright, welcome back to the channel tonight, folks. We are checking out a Boss CS-2, which you were just hearing through this 2-rock, whatever, other details. And, I also picked up this really cool pedal today. It's this gloriously beautiful little teal box called an LM-2. It's a limiter by Boss, made in Japan. It's really nice, came with the box. It got the box, whatever. But yeah, I had a conversation on the internet where all the best conversations happen with strangers about the difference between limiting and compression. It's sort of like an oversimplified version, I think, of this conversation could be summed up to say that a limiter allows the user to sort of create a preset ceiling, and then the audio that you pass through it is sort of like smashed up against that ceiling, which in a way makes this like a more transparent pedal than like a typical compressor, because a compressor smooshes down and also smooshes up. It squashes the whole thing, but it increases the volume of quiet notes and decreases the volume of louder notes, and then amplifies that after it's squashed it all. So there's kind of more happening there than with something like this. So it's just sort of a more transparent, well, we'll see, won't we? So that was the sound of the CS-2. Now I'm going to plug in the LM-2 and compare the sound a little bit. Alright, so I'm sure you're curious about my rig, and I'll flash pictures up on the screen if I remember to do that. I've got a 2-rock 5015. It's a great, clean platform. And I've actually got another pedal that I found today at the thrift store. It's what is this? A Maxon AD01. It's actually like a AD80, just kind of rehoused in these really cool 80s Maxon boxes with the sharp corners that you can, weaponize very easily if you need to break and enter for some reason with the pedal. So now I've got the LM2 hooked up, and hopefully it'll work. I tested it at the junk store earlier, and it sounded really awesome through a junky amp, so I'm sure it'll be okay through a 2-rock. So let's see what we got here. So the controls are a little bit different. I'll describe them to you here. You've got a level and a tone, and then a release and a threshold. And I should mention kind of some other differences between these two pedals is I believe this uses a DBX style circuit, and the CS-2 I've got right here uses a VCA, kind of like some of the other classic compressors from back in the day. More of a typical, maybe kind of, I guess you could compare it to a Ross maybe. Just classic, good old clucky compression. And I don't know if you can see the settings from here. I'll probably put a picture on the screen again if I remember to. But sort of the sweet spot with these Boss compressors, and I think the reason a lot of people sort of harp on them, is you got to put the sustain below noon and the level above noon. And usually the attack right around noon is typically just fine. And that was with, I'll probably hook it back up and do some more aggressive picking so you can hear that. In this LM2, this will kind of get into compression territory. So if you turn it off, turn it back on, it's real subtle. You almost can't tell it's there at all. But it is actually lopping off the very top level of the dynamic. So let's set the release a little lower and the threshold a little lower. And I think it's off right now. Now it's on. You can hear it kind of working now. Off, on, a little bit of squish there. Just shaves off the top of that, so we'll increase the level a little bit. Let's mess around. We'll set the threshold lower, see what that does. Now it's getting into compression territory, so we need to increase the level. So I've increased the release time and lowered the threshold. See, now you can kind of hear it turning into that sort of chewy compression sound. Let's try that again. All right, here's some bridge pickup chicken picking on the LM-2. Yeah, I dig it. Neck pickup. Some more kind of funky stuff. It's really keeping those dBs down. It's wild. And the middle pickup. So that's it. We did a little bit of jamming on both the pedals, both the Boss CS-2, which actually we found out does more of a squishing, sustaining thing, and the LM-2, which to my ears is really great for like funk, and you can totally get it into that compression territory. But it's great for just lopping off just the top of your sine wave, just to knock off sort of the harsh peaks, especially if you're using kind of a brighter guitar through a more Fendery amp. It's sort of an ideal tool to have. Some people I've heard both of these pedals actually sound great with the drive. But I just want to play clean for this, sort of a simple, quick demo. So thanks for checking it out, and I'll leave your comments down below and let me know what you think if you want to hear more different stuff. So take it easy, guys.